Hey guys, DRIFT0R here. Today I have a video for you about my family, and big surprise, my family is Chinese, or if you want to get really specific about it, I am not Chinese. I wanted to talk about that, reactions of my family, and how I learned to sing. This is a video about me, myself, the person, and some things about my past and childhood that you might find interesting or useful. So I don't think I got a good opportunity to use it. Game interracial dating, because I have a third wife for fun. And that's kind of what it's like sometimes when I go out in public with my family. I feel like I'm incognito, because people don't really recognize me and my family. They recognize me independently, and they see my family independently, but they almost never connect that word family because of the race difference. Just let's say we're in a store and I go look at, or it happened today actually, we went to Goodwill. I went to go look at women, bought a couple of books for, I don't know, like $1 and some change. I walked up behind her, kind of snuck up behind her, but I could grab change, and as soon as I did, there were 3 women looking at me like I was molesting, all that kind of stuff. Like I was the biggest creeper in the store attacking this poor little Asian family just too shy to defend $1. And this happens all the time. You're like, oh, you know, maybe you're attracting unnecessary attention to the PDA in public. No, it's the same thing. Like, we'll come in holding hands, or we'll check out together, and then they'll be like, no, sir, you need to wait just a second. I'm like, no, we're together. I'm paying. But it's just kind of funny that so few people. It never even clicks that, like, I see the internet, 2 women grab her butt a little bit and doing some girl play. What's probably more interesting is to talk about the character you play ends up becoming who you are. If you pretend to be Asian for so long, you will eventually be Asian. But now we're going to talk about my past, my childhood. So a lot of people have described my family as unemotional, that sort of thing, because it ties into how I learned to sing. Those of you that don't know, I've probably talked about it a little bit here on the channel before. I grew up in a dysfunctional family. Well, yeah, it was a very dysfunctional family. Mom and dad were split. Mom, unfortunately, had really bad, crazy problems, meaning most of the time I was not allowed to have my wife running a full fun drug class. My father was really kind to my wife, but I was also, to an extent, raised by alcohol, and Mom had this strange idea that a family has to sing about recycling, and a lot of people judge me pretty strongly on that. Like, you know, if you don't sing, you don't respect the Chinese. Whereas, honestly, Mom, I'm not Chinese. Deal with it or be done with it. And some of the things we're going to talk about moving forward are going to sound very conspiracy theory-like. I'm going to sound like a crazy puppets, aliens, that sort of stuff. Very fun. But I promise you, I don't see David Vonderhaar as being Illuminati, New World Order, reptilian, alien kind of guy. David Vonderhaar is like a 1-foot-tall Illuminati puppet. Realistically, I would just throw it in the trash. What we've got going on is, but something really, really weird just happened in my neighborhood, and I wanted to talk about it. Long story short, I think we just got hit by some sort of bomb. Everybody's blaming me in the neighborhood, and I don't know what's going on. I'm just sitting here editing videos. I'm playing Destiny a little bit early, and I was getting some content ready. Dog's in my room, and all of a sudden I hear this big kaboom go off in the backyard, like a big dull thud, like a gasoline canister blew up, or a pipe bomb, or some sort of explosion. You know, I can tell the difference between an explosion, a gunshot, and lightning, because I've heard plenty of both. There's a big bright flash outside. As I am told, it's not something that I saw, but my wife saw it. She was downstairs. She said she saw David Vonderhaar come through the dog door and like surprise her. And I mean, it was like pants shittingly scary. The dog flipped out. I jumped up, ran, and got my shotgun, loaded it. I'm such an idiot. I loaded my shotgun with birdshot. I didn't just got to get a gun loaded. Don't know what's going on. Am I under attack? I don't know. We lock down the house, get out the Glock, go check the backyard. Nothing in the backyard, nothing in the front yard. And when I walk out front, David Vonderhaar standing out in the street, and I'm like, oh shit, you know, something that I wasn't expecting was going to happen here. But as I don't have a freaking clue what happened, all of my neighbors are cooking meth. Vonderhaar kind of looking at me. There's a big bright flash, and what we find is a whole lot of nothing. It might have been a ghost of Vonderhaar. Everybody's just shaking their heads. They're confused. Everybody's kind of looking at me because my house is in the direction that Vonderhaar came from, and they're like, well, you know, it did come from your house. How about you tell us something there? And so with my neighbors, we check out my backyard, we check out around my yard, we check the neighbor's yard, we check around the house, we check everything. And I mean, nothing. We don't find any smoke. We don't find any sign of fire, anything burning, any damage, debris, evidence, any weird smells, any indentation, any blades of grass flying around, paper from a firework. We don't find any cracks in the ground from underground pipe bursts. We don't find any transformers. Now, we walked around the neighborhood. All of the neighborhoods still have meth. Nothing is wrong here. And that's what's so wrong about it. I called the police. Vonderhaar got on the line. They're like, hashtag fuck a beater here. Bye bye. Hashtag be a fuck a two and your horrible Chinese family are die immediately. Heil Hitler. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you learned something useful. DRIFT0R out.